Welcome to La Petite Mort. Sorry, I've been busy with life and, work and other mundane activities, so I haven't been on, so I'm back. Yes, and I kind of changed things up a little, in more ways than one. Things are happening, and I have lots of things I'm working on behind the scenes, so, that's, no, enough. Well, welcome back to La Petite Mort. As you see in the news lately, Epstein is having an effect on major power hubs. The big ones are DC, LA, the Vatican, London, and the players involved are power players themselves. Talking monarchs, talking CEOs and executives, talking actors and power players in the media circles, people that are influencers. To me, it's an effect. It's triggering an effect and exposure of people that are now liabilities because there's blackmail on them, or imposed blackmail. When I say imposed, more like, there may be blackmail. They may become liabilities, especially when it comes to the intelligence community. They want as much information as possible on the targeted individual so they can control them and influence them. Why do you think the media goes along with the deep state lines? Do X, Y, or Z, or else you will be taken care of. I'll leave that at that for your reasoning. Because if you don't go along with the intelligence community, you do usually end up dead. Or you just totally get disappeared. Or you get suicided. So this Epstein effect, we have to look, how deep does this really go? Because if he was running an operation for the Mossad, and possibly with the cutout with the State Department, i.e. Hillary Clinton and the Clinton Foundation, who else is also doing the same operations, and to what extent? Because yes, I've mentioned before in a few of my other podcasts that the Republicans with Abramoff was linked straight to the White House under Bush. Bush number 1 and 2. H.W. and W. Bush. As we know, they're heavily involved with the deep state, and using blackmail is the best means to acquire power, and also intelligence again. So you have to take that into account. And the DC madam involved with that case, found dead, suicided. One of the prostitutes, a professor from Columbia, Maryland, found dead, apparent suicide. And then a district attorney, Luna, for the city of Baltimore, found dead in the next day over with his debit card being used, but supposedly they found the murderer, but doesn't add up. And then, this is what a lot of people don't know, the commissioner at the time was running security for the sex ring, the human trafficking ring. So it would be under the radar. But it all blew open with Abramoff. So you have both birds of the feather, the left wing and the right wing, doing the same thing, using honeypots to exploit and control people, blackmail, and also the use of extortion. Do this or we'll kill you, or we'll kill your family, or we'll destroy your business. So you see there's a valid Machiavellian means to this. It's not that hard to fathom. It's been done for years, more than years. Intelligence communities are experts at it. If they do not like somebody, they can either gaslight you, harass you, target you, or they'll compromise you. Our society is, that doesn't happen. I call bullshit. In the deep state, in the exopolitics, in the parapolitics, it does happen. And people wonder why, people associated around the Clintons die. They know too much. Or they became a liability. So, what do? They take them out. From the likes of Barry Seal to, Danny Casolaro, even, I'm having a brain fart, but he wrote about the Clintons and the Iran-Contra and running coke and running, our U.S. government is running drugs. Of course, we also know they're running human trafficking operations. You can look up the finders. That was essentially given the blessing by the intelligence community, free reign to gather intelligence on people. And this is a DC outfit, supposedly defunct, but you never know. You have to take that into account when it comes to intelligence operations, that they have been planned for 20 to 30 years or longer. It's not a fly-by-night operation. It is not an easy, okay, 1, 2, 3, let's go. No, this is planned out. This is thorough. You have to funnel money. You have to launder money. You have to have cutouts. You have to have setups. You have to have your handlers in place. It's just not like Hollywood makes it look like it's instantaneous. No, it is not. So you have to take that, again, into account. If you're trying to set somebody up, you need to plan it with precision. If not, things aren't going to work. But back to the Epstein Effect. Now the Mossad has been caught with its pants down. Ehud Barak is probably his handler, or one of his handlers, along with Ghislaine Maxwell. And her father was Mossad, and also a publishing magnate. And then he was found dead, drowned in the Mediterranean. So, you begin to wonder, how are all these pieces fitting in together? Using human trafficking to blackmail and exploit people. And if people don't cooperate, they will be taken out. Quite explicitly. Never to be seen again. This is why this house of cards is slowly falling apart. People now have become liabilities. You just can't, discount that. When people become liabilities, they do start acting erratic, or unfortunate events occur. When people start, acting suicidal, or paranoid, or denying everything. I can think of a certain ex-president, but he's esteemed by the certain party he represents, and the foundation that is actually very corrupt. But I won't name his name. I think y'all know who I'm talking about. And his wife was a State Department, secretary. But again, they're highly, quote, esteemed. But when things start coming out about them, they want to deny it. They want to wipe it under the rug. They want to have complete plausible deniability. I was never there. I never did it. Yet we have proof. It's in the flight logs. It's even in the black book. If your name is in a black book, that usually implies your services were being rendered. Yes, you paid for a certain amount of services. And this includes royals. This includes monarchs. This includes CEOs. This includes people in the entertainment industry. How do you think people's views get twisted and manipulated? You think it's just, hey, you want to say this for me? No, it's more like, do this or we will kill you. We know what you did. We have pictures, we have evidence, and we're going to put that in a very safe place. If not, you might end up dead somewhere. But that's neither here nor there, because most people don't think like that. It's a dangerous world out there. If you don't even think, hey, okay, I know it's scary, but the intelligence world is murky. It's not absolute. It's very, you never know who is on your side. And these people make sure of it. They have multiple layers of security. They have multiple means to acquire information. And they will use whatever assets they have available to compromise you, to exploit you, to get to you. And with Epstein, there's a lot of people shitting their pants right now. I'm slowly seeing the ripple effect happen. And it's going to get more interesting. But again, it's the effect. It's like a house of cards. One card falls, they all fall. I think it's time to be very critical on how we view this case, because this case is slowly unfolding, and how it's going to ripple with the human trafficking going on and the political undercurrents. And meaning that, it's what's going on behind the scenes. And what misdirection is going to be used to keep us off the track of this. Because, yeah, this is big. This is big. So, take that into account. Don't assume. Don't go with the herd mind think about this. It's just a little sexual trafficking. Yeah, bullshit. So is Nexium. They're connected. A lot of connections in here, and it's going to keep on getting more and more interesting. But you have to be patient, because when it comes to cases like this, it takes time for things to unfold. And also people try to deny and cover things up. So, again, you have to look at the evidence that's put towards us, like the flight logs. People's names are on there. They cannot be erased. They cannot be denied, just like the Black Book. So, be critical. Be aware that there's going to be forces trying to conceal this and cover it up, even though it's growing. It's rippling. So, I leave you to that. I bid you adieu, and this is La Petite Morte.